So the Nvidia Shield TV was once the gold standard for Android streaming boxes. Power users, gamers, streamers swore by it, including myself. But in 2025, is it finally time to admit that this is the end of the road for the Nvidia Shield TV? I am an Nvidia Shield owner. I own two Nvidia Shield TVs, a 2017 and 2019 model. But today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why the Nvidia Shield no longer makes sense for most people. So we're going to jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So let's kick it off with the price, and this is a big one. The Nvidia Shield TV still retails for $149 for the standard Shield model and $199 for the Shield Pro. Just to compare that to what's on the market today, the on 4K Streaming Pro is $49. The Fire TV Cube 3rd generation is around $120. Of course, Fire TV devices are often discounted on sale, so you might get it a lot cheaper. Even the new Chromecast Streamer 4K is only $99. Again, a little bit pricey in my opinion. If you see my video yesterday, you'll know the reason why I'm saying that, but it's still lower than Nvidia Shield TV. And of course, the Fire TV 4K Max is around $40. Now you're paying 4 times more for a device for most people offers little to no practical advantage in their everyday use. Reason number 2 is going to be the outdated operating system. And what I mean is this: Android TV is starting to fall behind and it's starting to show. Now the Shield TV is still running Android TV, not Google TV, and that's starting to feel a little bit old in my opinion. Now Google has clearly shifted its energy and innovation towards the Google TV platform. Now with a more user-friendly layout, personalized recommendations, watch lists, cross-platform syncing. Meanwhile, Android TV, what the Shield currently runs, is starting to feel a little relic. Now, there's no clear update path, no redesign, and fewer new features being rolled out. Plus, the Shield's UI just doesn't feel modern anymore. And I don't think anyone that's watching this video that's used Android TV recently can argue with that point. Now, navigation is slower, app integration isn't as smooth, and updates are becoming less and less frequent. Now, even Nvidia's AI upscaling, which used to be the standout feature, now feels a little bit gimmicky when most people cannot even tell the difference on a 55-inch screen from 10 feet away. Definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. I know a lot of folks swear by Android TV. I like the user interface. However, I do feel like they can do more just to progress it, just to make it look better if they're planning to keep this around and not sunsetting it for the Google TV user interface. Reason number 3, overkill specs for casual streaming. So here's the truth: most people just stream content. Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Disney Plus, maybe a little bit of Plex or Kodi. And for that, the Nvidia Shield is a complete overkill. Yes, it runs emulators, stream GeForce Now, play games locally, but let's be honest, how many people are actually using it for that on a regular basis? Now, I, for one, like I said, I own 2 Nvidia Shield TVs. I've never played a single game on Nvidia Shield TV. I only stream content. So again, if you're buying the Shield just for content, this is overkill for what you're trying to do. Now, if you're not a gamer or power user, the high-end specs aren't doing anything for you. You're just using a $200 machine to stream reruns, Friends, HBO Max, Game of Thrones, whatever you watch, when you can actually do that on other devices. Reason number 4, the device itself is getting dated. Yes, the specifications are still great in my opinion, but the hardware itself, as far as just the device, it could use a facelift. Now, the original model came out in 2015. They also had another model come out in 2017. And the last model, refreshed version, came out in 2019. But again, the update was minor, had the same chip, give or take, and they include a tube version, which a lot of people do not like. So that means that we're looking at over 6 to 10 years, essentially the same hardware. Now, in tech years, that's an entire lifetime. If you buy a smartphone, you don't even get security updates that long. TVs from 2015 are basically trash. Yes, the Nvidia Shield done a good job pushing software updates, but those have slowed down quite a bit. And with no Nvidia Shield product on the horizon and Google moving from Android TV, and it's clear that the Shield is just a legacy device and not the future moving forward. Reason number 5, and I think this is where a lot of folks wrote off the Nvidia Shield TV, especially the folks that are not diehard Nvidia Shield TV fans. It's just the competition. It's fierce. You got a lot of different devices out there. You have the new Google TV Streamer 4K, runs the latest operating systems, supports 4K HDR, and get freaking updates as well. You have the Fire TV Cube that's going to have voice control, fast performance, smart home features. The On 4K Pro as well as the Max, these are cheap devices, really well put together, surprisingly smooth, and supports Dolby Vision as well as Dolby Atmos. You also have a new Mi Box S, which is clean, minimal, performs well, does everything really well, and just priced a lot lower than Nvidia Shield TV. So these devices do everything the Shield does for streaming, in some cases even more in my opinion. These are smaller, more efficient, and in most cases a fraction of the cost of the Shield TV. So unless you're gaming, emulating, or running advanced Plex servers, there's really no sense to keep buying or recommending the Shield TV in 2025. So again, is this the end of the Nvidia Shield TV? Honestly, it's not dead, but it's definitely out of place in 2025. It's expensive, it's running old software, most people don't use it for gaming, it hasn't been updated in quite a while as far as significant upgrades, and modern alternatives offer more for way less. It was a great run, a legendary product, but is it time to pass the torch? I know a lot of folks are still using Nvidia Shield TV. I am, but would you go out and buy one today if you didn't have one? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.